Folks, today I would like to talk to you on a totally different topic. Probably you might not have expected this. I'm going to talk about the current status of the world in terms of military power, economic power, and technology power. You may be wondering what this has to do with my usual topic of talking about spirituality, Kalki, God, and divine energies, and so on. You will understand at the end of this video what is the relation between the two. Also, you may be wondering how I'm qualified to talk about this. If you have not heard about my life in a nutshell, I was born in India, Tamil Nadu. I grew up in Tamil Nadu till I finished my bachelor's degree in engineering. And I was observing the world around me very keenly for some reason or other. This has been with me for a long time, right from my childhood. That is, observing the world around me, trying to find out what's going on in the world. When I moved to IIT Bombay to do my PhD and MTech in computer science, and later I became an assistant professor at IIT Mumbai, and I lived there for quite some time. I met a lot of folks from various states with various cultures and language at IIT Bombay. Maharashtrians, Gujarat, people from Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, West Bengal, just Punjab. And you tell me a state, I would have met them. And because IITs used to be the melting point of all these folks, all these cultures. There were professors, assistant professors, students, workers from all these states of India. So I know very well their background, their culture, and so on. Though I didn't really have such a clear way of articulating them, telling you all explicitly in a clear way as I do now. At that time, I was immersed in all this diversity in India. In fact, when I was in Bombay, when I experienced my first spiritual experience, I have no idea what is the connection between that experience and the life that I was immersed before that. And finally, when I came to United States in 1982, and I started working in the United States, I began to understand slowly, not only the cultural varieties, the status of various countries, economical conditions, and military power, and so on, but also spiritually, I have been making a lot of big strides, big jumps because of my various experiences. So all these things have been integrated together for some reason, and I've been talking about all these things to you in all these videos. So you will understand why I'm talking about this country's status in various dimensions at the end of this video, as I said. Now, let's divide this whole world into four major areas or countries, if you will. First, of course, India. India is an extremely powerful, economically developing, very fast country. Um, It has the world's second largest number of people and the largest democracy and so on. Then China is in the forefront of technology improvement and so on. And this European Union countries consisting of, for example, Germany, France, Italy, and Britain is trying to exit from this European Union so far unsuccessfully and so on. And the fourth, of course, is America. So if you consider all these four countries and their military, cultural, economic, and technology power, probably you would have understood the whole world in more or less good way, comprehensive way. Now, first let's talk about India. You all are very much aware of the status of India. India is very much divided in terms of race, religion, language, caste, and what have you. Even in the recent election, the north voted differently than the south, especially Kerala and Tamil Nadu. And people have talked using bad language um, by dividing the north versus south and so on and so on. You can see them in Facebook and all. As compared to this, European Union, for example, there are many countries, but they are together more or less in terms of religion. They all follow the Christian religion, um, but they talk different languages, and also they differ in terms of their attachment to various countries in which they live. In America, probably most of you would have known that America is divided recently in terms of religion. In the last election, this issue has been highlighted, Christians versus non-Christians. And it has also divided in terms of the skin color, black versus white and brown and so on and so on. Though there are some differences in terms of language, it's more or less everybody uh, quickly start learning English. So English has been the main language of communication. Of course, there is no caste system in America. But if you look at the current status of military power, America has been dominating the whole world. It has invaded Iraq, now is planning to attack Iran for some odd reason, and that's what people say at this point. It has devastated, bombed many countries in the Middle East and also Afghanistan and so on. And Pakistan has been a focus point right now between China and America in terms of who has more influence on Pakistan and so on. Probably not many of you would have noticed this, but America has been trying to dominate the whole world by its military power and also by its current economical power. Whomsoever America feels adversary, they put sanctions, economic sanctions on various countries, and They devastate the economy totally. You know what happened in Venezuela, in South America, unless um, till China and Russia came to the rescue or balance the power of Venezuela, um, America would have probably been crucial in changing the president or the president of the country from whomsoever is currently ruling by the one which America wanted. So you could see how dominant America has been so far after Second World War. And before the Second World War, European countries were dominating. They were the forefront of economical and military power, and Britain is one of the very good examples of that. But if you notice why Britain and also major kingdoms like Greeks and so on, why they started declining in terms of power is that they've been using their military power without the support of the economical power. Even when the economy is not good, they try to still dominate the whole world by their military power, and the military cannot withstand declining economical power. Probably, I'm sure that most of you would have noticed that. And that is what is happening to America at this point. America has been, for some reason, declining in terms of economy, and many people forecast China will take over as the most dominant economical power and technology power in the near future. Of course, as probably you would have noticed, this is not my opinion. You could do research and find out for yourself. Now, compared to these three countries, India, European Union, and America, China is very different. China, there is absolutely no division, almost no division at all. Culturally, they seem to be identical. The whole culture is what they call the Han Empire in the past, and there is no division in terms of language, though there are small differences between different kinds of Chinese. Basically, they all speak is Chinese, and there is no major religion-based differences dividing people. And there are some Muslims and Christians, but they are very small population. They have no power at all. Right, currently, China is more or less religionless, unified in terms of their culture, and there is no cost, of course, and mainly divisions are not dominating China. That's one of the main reasons why I see, and also a lot of um, uh, economical and military analysts are saying, and they are making huge strides in terms of technological development, and also, though they are not currently dominant in terms of military power, they are improving. And their mega projects, if you should see how much they have been changing. When I came to United States in 1982, America was the place where all the dominant buildings, tall buildings, were there. But currently, if you look at what is happening in China, uh, that's amazing. One of the main reasons why I see why they are making such a huge strides, because the divisive power is not dominant in China, and that's one of the main reasons why they don't need democracy. Though they don't have a democracy, they are able to take care of the people and advance in various sectors because the absence of all the divisions that I've been talking about. Now, you may be wondering why I'm talking about all these things. If you have noticed, uh, China, as analysts have been saying, is going to dominate the world in the near future in terms of economical power, military power, and so on and so on. The main reason is because there is no division, no dividing mentality among Chinese. Mm, Mainly, there may be small things here and there, but more or less they are united in terms of their country and so on. Just one country, one culture, one non-religious state, and so on. Though India has equally intelligent, young, strong populations, one of the reasons why they say, analysts are saying, why India is not coming or developing so fast as China is because of all these divisions in the country in terms of bribing, caste, and so on and so on, talking ill of others, and so on. Now, as I've been saying, that there are three energies um, around human beings, and they are divine energies, and there are seven energies inside the human body which have been which people have inherited from their parents, their ancestors, and so on. And and these energies, as I've been saying, are the energies of ignorance, living in groups, trying to dominate other people, dividing people in terms of various dimensions like religion, caste, and so on. The current state of the world is controlled by this evolution of the human beings. As I told you before, the evolutionary forces are due to the seven energies inside the human body, and especially the seventh energy, seven at the top of the head, is that is close to the seventh chakra, and because of that, people are in general unable to understand everybody is a divine incarnation, is a child of the unknown God, or whatever people like to call that. And because of this ignorance, the forces of energies of ignorance and the what they call Ashura Sakti or Satan, so on, is dominating, and that is the energy behind the evolution, and the evolution is behind the current state of various economical, military, and technological status of the whole world. Now, of all this, there is China, which is divisionless, more or less, as I said. Because of that, they are improving quite fast. And unless other countries wake up and understand the ignorance of dividing energies of religion and caste and race, etc., China is going to be dominating the whole world in almost every sector. That seems to be the next dominating um, world, dominating group of people, and that's also not good because because as I've been saying, one part of the humanity cannot alone progress and withstand its progression unless the other people, the rest of the people also develop equally, and there is some kind of equality, communication of equality takes place across all the peoples of the world. So, so what I've been saying is that unless people recognize this, especially people in the rest of the world other than China, realize this and they remove their divisions among themselves, um, the world is going to be a miserable place to live. Various divisive forces will create a lot of trouble, as I've been saying in the past, and this red jyoti or red light that are surrounding human body is waiting, trying desperately to remove this ignorance and so ignorances, but so far most of the people are not heeding its promptings. So I would suggest think about all these things. You may be thinking that if I just change alone, after all, I'm just one small person. How it's going to affect the whole humanity? But if you change, if each and every one of you change slowly, slowly, the red energy will be able to take over and slowly bring the divisions among the people to almost zero level. And also, this will enable the dominance of the golden light, the eternal God's love to dominate, to shine, and bring people together. And that will again make a lot of people to realize who they are, and then they'll be also ready to open to be open their seventh chakra by the divine forces, which will enable them to see the world of God and then bring more and more unity among people of the whole world. So that's why I've been saying, folks, I've been talking about the current status of the world in terms of military, economical, and technological dimension. So try to think about this and see whether you can remove these ignorances and enjoy the power of this love of golden light and bring in what people call Satya Yuga slowly. But again, please do not worry about who is Kalki, where is Kalki. You can never understand a divine incarnation fully because they are of totally of different level of existence. You may call them as aliens if you want to call them. So don't worry about who is Kalki, whether I'm Kalki or divine incarnation or not. Just think about what I've been saying and ignore the teachings of the so-called Kalkis and second coming of Jesus Christ, who are dividing people. That itself should signal to find out, identify who the real Kalki is, who the real divine incarnation is. So, folks, that's what I want to talk to you today, and I'll talk to you on another day and another important topic. Talk to you soon.